Assalamu alaikum i dobro požalovat na moj kanal. My legal birth name is Language Simp, and I am a 24-year-old hyper-polyglot giga-chad alpha male who is very attractive to every woman and man on the planet. I am so sick of people telling me that they're learning Chinese, Spanish, Russian, French, or Japanese. These are all mainstream languages that hundreds of billions of people learn every single day. You think you're quirky for learning Spanish, Ashley?
Sí, a mí yo gusto la taco.
Everyone likes tacos, Ashley. Now go open an Arabic textbook.
Naam.
Sarai.
للمجد والعليا.
But seriously guys, it's time for you to grow up a bit and learn a real language, a lesser studied language, something with a little bit of class. That's why today I will be presenting my picks for the top 10 most underrated languages to learn in the world. All 10 of these languages are unfortunately very often forgotten about in the language learning community and society as a whole. So if you learn them, you will automatically become a giga-chad. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. Number 10, Indonesian. When someone chooses to learn an Asian language, they usually pick between Chinese, Japanese, and Korean. It makes sense. These three languages are pretty popular around the world. K-pop and Squid Game made Korean famous, anime made Japanese famous, and Xiaoma NYC is responsible for Chinese being such a global language. However, betas often have a really hard time learning these languages due to their complexity. Indonesian, however, is the most common sense Asian language by far. Indonesian is written in the American alphabet. It's not written with silly little pictures like Chinese, Japanese, and Korean. It also has 0 tones and 0 genders. This makes it even easier and more giga-chad than tons of stupid European languages. If you want to make something plural, you literally just repeat it. For example, if you want to say bird, you say burung. But if you want to say multiple birds, you say burung burung. It's also spoken in the 4th most populated country on earth, and most of the people there are Muslims. So you have tons of awesome people to speak to. Number 9, Bulgarian. When someone decides to learn a Slavic language, they almost always choose Russian. It's very widely spoken, it's written in a modified version of the American alphabet called Cyrillic, featuring this weird crab-looking thing. However, Russian is dog water because it has an annoying case system that will have you punching holes in your wall or calling the cops on yourself. Когда я говорю по-русски, я делаю много грамматических ошибок и я гигачад. Every other Slavic language I know has tons of cases or they're written in boring alphabets. However, the one Slavic unicorn language is Bulgarian. Bulg, in addition to sounding gorgeous, is written in the Cyrillic alphabet and has 0 cases. 0 cases in a Slavic language? Cases are a huge barrier to entry for a lot of betas, and Bulg is so alpha that it doesn't even need them. Since there are only 8 million Bulg speakers on the planet, natives will be absolutely shocked when you bust out some Bulg randomly when they least expect it. Number 8, Bengali. Attention all Americans watching this video. If you're not American, please skip this part. Look guys, there is a country called Bangladesh. It is kind of near California and China, which most of you might have heard of. In Bangladesh, they speak Bengali, one of the 10 most spoken languages in the world. Why does no one care about this language? I have never met a language learner who studies Bengali, and I have never met a polyglot who speaks it. It sounds really beautiful. In fact, I just read some articles saying that UNESCO once ranked it as the #1 sweetest language in front of Spanish and Dutch. Alright, maybe the poll was rigged if Dutch was up there, but you get the point. Bengali people would be so shook if a foreigner spoke their language, and there are hundreds of millions of speakers to shock. I have a dream that one day, I will live stream myself playing Minecraft completely in Bengali. Number 7, Portuguese. It seems like every single language learner wants to learn Spanish, but there is a better option, begging to be studied. Portuguese is literally just spicy Spanish. The words in the two languages are almost exactly the same, except words in Port have a secret layer of swag that does not exist in Spanish. Here are the words for honestly in both languages. Notice how they are written the same. However, listen to the pronunciation. In Spanish it's honestamente, and in Portuguese it's honestamente. I've been told that I sound just like a native in both languages, so you can believe that I did not exaggerate any of those sounds. Here's another example. In Spanish it's a Snapchat, while in Port it's a Snapchat. How could anyone not study Port knowing how superior it is to Mexican? Port is mainly spoken in Brazil, and Brazilians are such cool people. It's also spoken in giga-chad countries like Mozambique and Angola. Portugal probably has something to do with it, but no one cares. But if you decide to learn Portuguese, or any other language for that matter, you will need a way to practice. From my experience learning a bunch of languages, conversational practice is extremely important on your journey to becoming a hyper-polyglot GigaChad. However, a lot of you are really antisocial and can't find friends to practice with. That's why I recommend that you use italki. I think that a lot of language learning resources are a genuine waste of money, but italki is genuinely an amazing, very useful resource that can really speed up your progress. Learning a language on your own cannot be easier with one-on-one private tutors on italki. They have been in the language tutoring business for 15 years, so to celebrate this milestone, they have special offers, discounts, and rewards. With italki, you can choose teachers that can help you with your speaking and listening skills. You pay per lesson, no subscription. You can choose any language you want, and they have over 150 languages in total. I remember back in the day when I was learning French, an italki tutor taught me the word for just about every insect on the planet, and I still remember that to this day. That's something I love about italki. There's seemingly an endless supply of tutors to choose from, so you can always find someone who matches your energy. You can sign up for free on italki right now and claim your 15th anniversary special offer. The link will be in the description. italki is also inviting you to their hashtag 15 years with italki anniversary party on social media. You will have the chance to win up to $50 in free italki credits. Follow at italki on social media to join the celebration. Number 6, Tokipona. If you followed me for a while, you already know that I hate constructed languages or conlangs. Esperanto makes me want to punch and throw up a refrigerator, and made-up languages from movies like Star Trek, Game of Thrones, and Finding Nemo frustrate me to say the least. However, there is one conlang that I admittedly kind of have a crush on. Tokipona is a conlang that has only roughly 120 words. That means that the entire vocabulary can be learned in only a few hours. The grammar was carefully made to be super simple, so even a monolingual beta could master it. It's also really cool because the words come from different real languages. Like, look at this for example. The word kasi in Tokipona is from the Finnish word kasvi, and the word kute comes from the French word écoute. In general, I think that fake languages are a waste of precious time that you could spend studying a real language, but Tokipona is so easy that it might just be worth a little bit of your time. Number 5, North Korean Korean. One of the funnest things to do when you start a new language is to choose what accent or dialect you will learn. For example, I decided to learn Mexican from Spain instead of Mexican from Mexico. However, for some reason, every Korean learner I've met chooses the South Korean Korean. I'm American, but even I know that there are two Koreas. There's one above the little line and one below the little line. I haven't personally heard the North Korean dialect, but it's probably really awesome. Can you imagine how shocked North Koreans would be if you showed up to their beautiful country uninvited and spoke to them in their own dialect? I bet that nothing bad would happen at all. I also imagine that there are huge sections of the internet where North Koreans gather, so you could practice the language with them. If anyone watching this video has a North Korean Discord, please put the invite code in the comments. Number 4, Quebecois French. I am just kidding, guys. Danish. These are real sounds in Danish. I probably just said something really profound. When someone chooses to learn a Scandinavian language, they usually choose Swedish, and if they're quirky or a little bit cringe, they pick Norwegian. Danish is often made fun of because people say that it sounds like you have a potato in your mouth when you speak it. And this, guys, is 100% true. But I love potatoes. I think this language should be studied more because it's genuinely very simple, and it also has super sick and unique pronunciation. The words are so easy to memorize, and the grammar is literally common sense. The can be a little difficult for a foreigner, but if you're watching this video, you're already super alpha, so that doesn't worry you. The funniest part about this language is that after you study it for a little while, you will realize that you understand Swedish and Norwegian better than Danish, which is what you're actually studying. If you are a monolingual beta, take this life hack. You should learn Danish so that you can say that you're quadrilingual. Number 3, American. The American language, commonly referred to as English by people who don't understand history, is the global lingua franca unifying the entire world. Almost everyone in the universe wants to learn American, and literally billions of people speak it across the world every single day. But why do they learn it? People typically only learn it precisely because it is the global language. Often they want a better job or to move to an international city, but why do you never hear someone talking about the beauty of the American language? American is the second most beautiful language on the planet, and I'm proving that right now as I speak it. The way I'm speaking American is objectively more attractive than French or Spanish or anything else, and honestly, all of them combined, except Arabic. American culture is also super rich, and we have the best food on the planet. Our spelling system and pronunciation system is flawless and very simple for foreigners to learn. And the alphabet that the founding fathers of the United States created is so good that other countries use it. Even the Roman Empire went back in time to plagiarize it. Number 2, Amazigh. I swear that this language is from another planet. It's spoken in just a few areas of northern Africa, which is probably my favorite region on earth. It's not a very global language, but who cares? The reason why I think Amazigh is so underrated is because they use the coolest writing system ever known to man. It is called Tifinagh. Look at these letters. What the heck am I looking at? Some of them are kind of reasonable, like this crucifix and this lightning bolt. But what is this caterpillar looking thing? Why is there an umbrella with a little bowl off to the side? And why is the crucifix now in prison? My favorite letter though is this eyeball because it makes the yas sound. I seriously wish that Joseph Robinette Biden Jr. would consider making this the official alphabet of the American language. But unfortunately, my country is just too divided to make that work. And the number 1 most underrated language on the planet is Arabic. For some stupid reason, the 5th most spoken language on the planet and the unifying language for all Muslims in the world is the most underrated language. Due to painfully inaccurate Western propaganda, many people are led to believe that Arabi is a harsh and aggressive language, but that's just not true. It is hands down the most beautiful language in existence by far. It has gorgeous sounds such as qa, ain, ra, and da, just to name a few. The language sounds so melodic, and it's written in the most elegant and charismatic alphabet in the universe after that of Amazigh. Arabic is so alpha that it's literally written backwards. You have no idea how excited I was when I finally felt like I could read Arabic at a slow pace. It's so cool to read backwards, connected, squiggly lines and actually have it mean something. It is spoken by an extremely diverse group of people spanning from Qatar, El Maghreb, to Iraq, to Palestine. Some of the nicest people I've ever met in my life are specifically from Iraq, Saudi, Palestine, and Algeria. One day, inshallah, I will speak multiple dialects of Arabic and be able to swiftly switch between them. Wow, that was quite the list. If you enjoyed, don't forget to subscribe. I will see you soon. Ciao.